You can
Mhm.
see that there, yeah. Mastering your
I can.
nutrition, perfect. Diving into it. So for anyone that is catching up on the recording afterwards, so today is obviously all about your nutrition. So we're going to dive into, I suppose, getting a bit more better understanding about foods, what you should be eating, especially if you want to lose weight and trying to drop body fat and stuff like that. So it's going to give you a bit of education in around nutrition then as well. And we can even
Yeah.
have a bit of a chat then at the end to kind of see where you kind of feel you need to make changes yourself, or what you feel you need to be doing. So kind of kick it off anyways. I suppose, what do we need to eat in order to achieve our goals? That's kind of what most people will be asking themselves. And
Hmm.
you get so many people getting caught up with so many different diets out there, and should I be eating this, or should I be eating that, or should I be following this diet or that diet? And the number one thing that all diets have in common is they put you in a calorie deficit. So if your goal is to lose weight, drop body fat, what you really need to be doing is consuming less calories than you burn off every day.
Yeah.
And no matter what kind of diet you follow, it's going to do the exact same thing. Obviously, it's going to have different health benefits and stuff like that, depending on what kind of foods you're eating. But overall, if the goal is to lose weight and drop body fat, it's all down to making sure that you're moving more and you're consuming less calories. So that way that your body will use up the food you eat as energy, and then your body will need more energy. So it'll actually start to eat into body fat. And that's what basically puts you into a calorie deficit.
Hmm.
So, and then I suppose looking at your body, so your body is basically like a machine, and it runs off specific things, which is basically your macro and micronutrients, which is basically all kind of live food. And we'll dive into each of the parts of this anyway. But when you're kind of looking at food, it's not looking at it as I need to have breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's like every meal you have should have live food in it, because all the different foods and stuff like that contains all vitamins and minerals and different nutrients and stuff like that. So it's about trying to get all the goodness inside your body so that your body can function properly.
Yeah.
Um, so your macronutrients, the first thing then is your fats. So kind of you're going to get this from things like avocados, oils, nuts, seeds, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to get all your good fats from that kind of stuff. Um, with your with your fats then as well, like there's 9 calories per gram of fat. So like eating fats isn't bad for you. It's just that you have to eat less fats to get the same amount of calories in protein and carbs. So that's why like eating things like nuts and stuff like that, you'd always want to be careful that you're not going to overeat on them. Like for me now, if I have like peanut butter and stuff like that, I'll just devour the whole thing. And
Yeah.
even like say like a tablespoon of peanut butter, you could have about 300 calories just in that little bit. So it's easy to overdo your calories when you're eating fats, but still we
Yeah.
need good fats in our body anyway. Fats are just kind of like an
Hmm.
energy source. And then we have protein, which obviously going to be like your fish, your meats. Um, Again, like nuts and seeds and stuff like that will have protein in it. But when we're trying to get more protein into our body, obviously the easiest way to get it in is from lean meats, fish, eggs, all that kind of stuff, because it's going to be higher in protein. It's easier to get it into. And then having higher protein in your diet as well is really important, because one, your body works a lot harder to break down, or sorry, one, that your body works a lot harder to actually break down the protein. So as your body's working harder, it burns off more calories. So it just kind of helps that little bit. And obviously as well, like if you're training in the gym and stuff like that, it helps with muscle repair, helps with cellular repair and stuff like that. Next thing then is your carbs. So again, is like your rice, your pasta, your breads, all that kind of stuff. And when you look at carbohydrates, like there's nothing wrong with eating carbs. Like a lot of people say, oh, I have to give up eating carbs if I want to lose weight or whatever. Again, like I said at the start, it comes back to the energy balance. Once you're in that calorie deficit and you're getting enough good stuff into your body, then it's okay to have other stuff. Yes, having like breads and stuff like that can make you feel a bit bloated and stuff, but there's nothing wrong with eating that food. It's not going to stop you from losing weight by just having carbs in your diet. It's just about having that right balance for yourself.
Hmm.
And then as well, we have our micronutrients, which is all your vitamins and minerals, and just this is all going to come from things like plant-based foods. Because like I said a while ago, like your body's like a machine and it runs off specific things. So it's your macro micronutrients. And every day in your body, you have cells dying and you have new cells growing. So what you put into your body every day determines how those new cells will build and develop. So the more goodness you can put in, then the better your body's going to function.
Yeah.
And even like overcoming sickness, disease, all that kind of stuff. Your body needs specific tools, and it gets that from food. So that's why it's really important to have a lot of good food in your body, because it's just going to help with energy levels, help with digestion, it helps with everything really. So that's why it's really important to have good nutritious
Mhm.
food in your diet. And then as well on top of that, our hydration. So like you were saying today, that you started drinking a bit more water now. So it's really down to just making small little steps for yourself that are going to lead you in that right direction. So I like ideally drinking 2 to 3 liters of water a day. If you're someone that is kind of dehydrated and stuff, you could put like a pinch of pink salt into your water, and it just helps your body absorb the water a lot better. Like every morning there now, I get this Celtic salt. I literally just put a pinch of that under my tongue and then drink down a glass of water with it. So it's another way just to kind of help you stay hydrated as well. Because like for a lot of
Uh,
people, yeah,
yeah. Apple cider vinegar, Steve,
yeah.
is is I've had pints of it there in the mornings. It was some kind of phase I was going through, but like, how is it good for you, or does it do something for you?
Well, yeah, it's going to be good for gut health and stuff like that. Um, and it is tough to drink because it does taste fairly horrible.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But does it help you to kind of lose weight?
So again, like there's no magic way to lose weight. I wouldn't
Mm,
be relying on this drinking more. This like it's obviously going to be good for your digestion and good for your body and stuff like that because it's all kind of natural and stuff. But
yeah,
again, the losing weight, the main thing you really want to focus on is being in that calorie deficit. That's the number
yeah.
one thing to focus on.
Mhm.
And once you get that right, yes, and you start making progress and stuff like that, and then obviously then when you plateau or hit a wall, then you start to look at maybe other things, but you don't necessarily have to be like if you hate drinking that apple cider vinegar, then I wouldn't be going out of my way to drink it. Because I remember
Yeah, fair enough.
I bought a bottle of it there before as well because yeah, the help like it's obviously going to have health benefits for it. But it's
Yeah, it has to
but
be
you're
with the mother duck.
oh yeah. But but yeah, no, like any kind of these things out there that say they promote weight loss, it's the calorie deficit is the number one thing. Being a calorie
Yeah,
deficit, making sure you're getting plenty whole foods in and keeping your protein levels up. That's the
yeah.
main thing. And once you do that and you create that right balance for yourself, then you will start to see progress. Um, so I suppose kind of breaking it down then looking at I suppose breakfast, lunch, dinner and stuff like that. And when you look at breakfast, lunch, dinner, you should just be looking at it as a meal and it should include real food. That's just the way you should look at every single meal. So there's no specific thing you need to have for breakfast or lunch or dinner or anything like that. Obviously, when you think about it as well, that it is kind of better to have maybe smaller dinners, just simply because you're having food to give you energy to get you through the day and get through to work and stuff like that. But when you come back in the
Mhm.
evening, you're probably going to be sitting down and chilling out. So you probably don't need a massive meal, you know? Also as well, trying to avoid eating, say, 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Again, like there's nothing wrong with it, but if you're feeling full, bloated and stuff like that, it can affect your sleep.
Mhm.
So then throughout the day, having your bigger meals in around either for breakfast or lunch or whatever. Also as well, like, do you eat breakfast in the morning?
So,
No. So there's nothing wrong with that either. So the whole idea how having breakfast came around was literally through Kellogg's, that they went out and they did a study where they gave, was it, they had like two different groups and they gave the first group, was it like 600 calories from a Kellogg's breakfast, and they gave the second group nothing. And then for lunch, what they did is they gave them an open buffet, and they found that the people that didn't have breakfast were eating like 600 calories more than the people that had breakfast. So, for example, the people that had breakfast were only eating like a 600 calories, but the people, or was something like that anyway. And then say the people that didn't have breakfast were eating, let's say, 1,000 calories.
mhm.
And so what the study came out then saying was, oh, if you don't have breakfast, you're going to eat a lot more at lunch. But when you look at the breakfast and the lunch that the other crowd had, they actually ate more calories overall.
Okay.
So that was just one of their marketing things that they came out saying. And
I
apparently,
thought you. I thought you were going to tell me I could have a bowl of cornflakes in the morning.
You can have a bowl of cornflakes. There's probably not much nutritional value in it, you know?
I know, but I'm programmed just to get off of work, have a wash, get rest, go to work.
Yeah. But not,
Like we eat at 10 o'clock, we eat at 1. I normally have something around 3, half 3, and then I eat at maybe half 6, 7. So that's the kind of the 4 meals
yeah.
during the day.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that, but it just comes down to what you're actually eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the most
Mhm.
important thing. So just to give you a couple of
Yeah,
ideas for breakfast, if you're going to have breakfast, eggs, oats, smoothies. Again, it comes back to eating real food. You could have chicken and make an omelette or something like that. Um,
love them. Yeah,
currently at the moment, I'll have some oats in a bowl and I'll crack 3 eggs, throw that into it. I'll whisk it up, slice up half a banana, throw that in, and I'll actually fry it in coconut oil. So make kind of like an oat egg pancake. And then I'll have
lovely.
like a handful of blueberries as well with that. So like that's kind of what I've been having at the moment. I'll go
Yeah,
through phases then where I'll have like omelets or something like that. But generally I try to have high protein with every meal because overall what you want to try and aim for is whatever your weight is in kilos, you double that, and that's basically going to be your grams of protein that you're trying to aim for every day.
yeah,
It is a lot of protein to get in, so that's why I always try and aim to try and get protein with each and every meal.
yeah,
So just something like that, having something simple. You don't have to overcomplicate your food. Lunch ideas, salad, wraps, veg and rice, chicken, whatever, omelets, smoothies. So again, it just comes back to having some sort of protein, some sort of plant-based stuff, whether it's your veg or your salad stuff, and then some sort of good carbs. So
yeah,
that's the kind of way you look at every meal. So lunch, dinner, it doesn't really make a difference. It's just down to again coming back to right, have I got some good protein? Have I got some good plant-based stuff? And have I got a bit of carbs?
yeah,
So then obviously as well, on top of that, you can be looking at different snacks and stuff like that throughout the day. So like I was saying earlier, nuts, they contain good fats and protein and stuff. But obviously the calories is really high, so you just have to be careful with the nuts. And if you're
just a handful.
just a handful, yeah. Like
Yeah,
probably not even a handful, probably only like 5 or 6. But again, like as
mhm.
long as you stay within your calorie range, we'll go through that there now in a second, but as long as you stay within your calorie range, then you're all good to eat whatever you want. Just making sure that it fits in.
Yeah,
Smoothies then is another good one. I always try and aim to have a smoothie every day. And having a smoothie is just another easy way to get a lot of goodness into you. So I'll always aim to try and throw some like spinach, celery, ginger, carrot, and put some frozen berries in there. I'll put a couple of scoops of protein. So it's high protein and it's lots of goodness inside there as well. Having a lot of veg in your diet as well is going to bring up your fiber, which is going to really help with digestion. So if you've any kind of bloatedness or even like if you wouldn't have gone to the jacks for the whole day kind of thing, then you want to be looking at if you've been getting enough veg into your diet. Because the more fiber
mhm.
you have in, the fiber kind of passes through your digestion and just kind of helps, I suppose, release your intestines and stuff like that, which is going to help with bloating and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Um, so that's the key with nutrition, that it's you keep it as simple as possible. Personally, I eat the same thing nearly every day. Well, my breakfast and lunch is nearly the same thing every day. So I'll have like I said a while ago, for my breakfast. Then I'll train in the morning. After train, then I'll have my smoothie. When I get back home, then I've been getting turkey mince at the moment. Just inside in Lidl, get these 400-gram packs. Eat half of that. There's like 50 grams of protein or something in it. And then I'll make a big salad with it. I'll have a bit of coleslaw, and that'll be it. Then after that, I'll be getting those chocolate protein puddings in Lidl. Again, like it's not that they're good for you, but you still get, because I love chocolate and stuff like that. So I always try and look for something that will have a bit of
yeah,
protein or something in it, as just
yeah.
like a bit of a sugary fix kind of hit.
Mhm.
So there's 20 grams of protein in that as well. I'll have that. And then for dinner, then again, it comes back to normally whatever the missus makes, but it's normally whatever protein or veg,
Yeah.
salad, or whatever rice, pasta, whatever that's going to be with it. And that's kind of it. That's kind of what I have day after day after day. So
But like you're not starving yourself as such, you're still eating a lot
yeah. So when you eat healthier foods, you'll see that the volume is a lot more.
because you're eating every like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, I'll probably have something around that. I don't really
Yeah.
kind of time when I eat or anything like that.
Hmm.
Every weekend I'll have a takeaway. Normally I have a couple of beers in the weekend as well. So it's just about having that balance. So for example,
Has to
there
be
now,
done. Yeah.
I had a kebab on Sunday, but I didn't have any lunch. So I skipped the meal there. And then
Yeah.
the next morning I didn't have any breakfast. So I skipped another meal there. Then I trained and I had my smoothie. So I was after basically skipping 2 meals because I had a good few drinks and I had a kebab as well. So
And what would you go for beer or wine?
normally beer, I'm
Or,
not a big fan of
or
wine.
both?
If it's
I
if it's
wouldn't
put
be either.
if it's put in front of me, I'll drink it. But I wouldn't go out and buy a bottle of wine for myself.
No, I wouldn't
No.
either.
So beers, couple of Guinness or something, cider, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
it's about creating a balance for yourself. And like
Mhm.
that's what I've done for the last 20 odd years or so. Once you kind of create that balance for yourself, and then obviously, like for me, Monday to Friday, I'm 100% strict. Like I won't veer off. I'll have the same thing kind of every day. I'll train. At the moment, I'm training the gym 4 days a week, and I'm doing jujitsu 3 days a week, and I'm running outside once a week as well. So I'm doing
Oh,
a mountain of training as well on top of that.
yeah. Hmm.
So, but I keep everything strict. And if I notice that I'm putting on body fat, then I'll cut back on stuff straight away. So I'll base it off how I see myself in the mirror. I notice.
Do you not, the body fat, the calipers and stuff like that? Do you use them or?
Yeah, I actually went away and bought a proper scale.
Yeah,
It tells your metabolic age, your hydration of your body,
yeah.
your body fat.
Th-
It tells
There's
you
no
loads of
bullshit
stuff.
in it. Like,
Yeah. But I literally go as well. Like I use the calipers on my stomach and I pinch one part, and I know if that's gone up, then
yeah,
for the next couple of weeks I'll be cutting out any snacks or anything like that. I'll be cutting out takeaways, training harder, and I'll get myself back down there again. So it's about
and
creating that balance for yourself and knowing how
yeah.
to judge your progress.
Hmm. And do you do that with your clients as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm all about doing this in a way that's going to suit you long term. That's my main thing with people.
sorry, I just had a phone call there.
That's all right. I was just saying there that
Um,
the way I do with people is focus on long term, that do setting this up in a way that's going to suit you and that you can continue doing basically for the rest of your life. That suits
yeah.
you.
Mhm.
So then I suppose knowing where you're at and tracking your calories and stuff is important. And it's not something you do forever, but it's something you do to get an idea where you're at. So you can use something like MyFitnessPal. It's just a way to kind of, I'm not sure if you've used it or anyone's used it, but it's just an app, free app, log all your food in there, tell you exactly how many calories you've eaten, how much protein you have in your diet. And by doing so, it makes you a bit more mentally aware of your portion sizes. Because like I have a lot of people saying to me, oh, but I eat healthy. I don't know why I'm putting on weight or whatever. At the end of the day, you can still put on weight eating healthy. So for example, an apple is about 100 calories. And if your maintenance calories, say, was 2,000 calories, so if you ate 21 apples a day, you're gone over with your calories. So by doing that every single day, you're eventually going to start putting on weight. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're eating healthy or not. If you're not in that calorie deficit, then you're not going to drop body fat and lose weight. So that's the most important thing with it. So like generally what I say to people is, look, I'll give them a calorie target, I give them a protein target, get them to track their food for a couple of weeks, see how they go with it, make small adjustments here and there. And generally when they come back and go, oh shit, I didn't realize there's actually 500 calories in this, and I've been eating that before I went to bed at night, or I've been picking at this or picking at that.
Yeah.
And like I said, it makes you a bit more aware. And it's once you do that, then you start to consciously cut back on stuff anyway. So once you've kind of done it for a while, then you go, yeah, like I've got an idea kind of where I'm at. So you
Mm.
get a bit of understanding of how much food you actually should be eating. You're doing that. And then obviously, if you start plateauing or hitting a wall or whatever, and you're not making progress, then we just kind of reassess again, look at your calories again, maybe drop it a little more, maybe track it again for another week until you get back on track, and then you're good to go again.
Hmm.
And that's the main thing with tracking calories, because if you're just guessing, you could, and if you, let's say your maintenance calories, which would basically mean the amount of calories you burnt per day was, say, for example, 2000. And if you're just guessing and you could actually be eating 3000 calories a day without even knowing it. And you're going, fuck, geez, I'm trying hard here, I'm eating well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But every day you're actually nearly 1,000 calories over. And
Yeah.
in 1 kilo of body fat is 7,000 calories. So it takes, if you want to drop a kilo a week, you have to reduce your overall calorie intake by 7,000. So that could mean cutting back the amount of food you're eating and then upping your activity level. And once you've kind of created that bigger deficit then of 7,000, you'll drop a kilo a week.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the main thing in around tracking calories and stuff like that. And then obviously, like I said a while ago, that I'm all about creating a balance for yourself, still enjoying yourself and stuff. And the way I kind of do with people as well is that, so for example, one of the lads there now, he's been training with me now for the last 12, 13 weeks or so. And he's consistently dropped down body fat. He's lost the weight, and he's consistently had a takeaway every single weekend. So, but the way we done that was that I was saying to him that to work out your calories before you eat it. So say, for example, you're going to have a pizza or whatever, take out the MyFitnessPal app. As far away from the day you're going to have it as possible, bang it into it, kind of work out what kind of calories will be related to it. So let's say I'm going to have 6 beers, I'm going to have pizza, you bang it into the MyFitnessPal, and it might say 3,500 calories. So what you want to do, let's say that was Saturday and this is Monday, what you want to do is try and burn off that extra 3,500 calories before you even get to Saturday. So that way you've already worked it up to be able to have your night out or have your takeaway or have whatever it is you want to have. And you're not going into Monday going, fuck, I have to try and work off now the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So it just sets you up in a better mental state that you're not, that you know that you can still go out and enjoy yourself and not go backwards. But then obviously if you have your Saturday night out and whatever, but if you get up Sunday and then you have another takeaway and you have another couple of beers, that's what's going to really knock it off. Whereas I'll never have a drink during the week or anything like that. I'll have my one night and that's it. Because it is really hard to undo it.
Fair play to you.
So, and it comes back to mental discipline then as well. So being mentally strong and being able to kind of keep yourself on track. Because if you do it that way and you do it right, it's easier then to keep yourself moving forward. To not going, fuck, I'm after putting on 5 kilos there now, blah, blah, whatever. It's going to be so hard to overcome that again. So you just it comes back to having the right balance for yourself. So that's kind of everything I was going to go through on that. But like I said, nutrition is about keeping it simple. It's not about overcomplicating. It's not about having to cook these fancy recipes or anything like that. But even like the people I'm working with and stuff like that, I've got like a members area on my website, and I've got loads of recipe books and everything that people can go in and download. And I'm actually just after buying a whole nutrition course as well. So it goes a bit more in depth into nutrition that you can learn more about as well. Again, it's all going to be in the members area of my website and stuff like that. But yeah, do you have any kind of questions in around, I suppose, your own eating habits or anything like that?
I would say I'm very good for like protein, meat, chicken. Well, when I say meat, red meat. I don't like fish. Turkey. But when it comes down to veg, I'm very bad. I'd eat a raw carrot, no bother. A cooked carrot, I won't go near it. I don't eat broccoli. I don't eat spinach. I like lettuce. That's mainly it. Like onions, peppers, I like.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the kind of the good stuff, like I don't eat. I just don't eat them.
Yeah. No, I'd definitely be recommending for you anyway to try some smoothies.
That you could just mix it in and you would notice.
Yeah, put in your spinach, put in carrot, like that's what I have: spinach, carrot, ginger, celery. I think that's it. And then some frozen berries for a bit of sweetness into it. And then a couple of scoops of protein. And that'll add even more flavor to it then as well.
And then I like fruit as well, but I don't know. I just couldn't be fucking bothered.
Comes back
I'd
to
eat an orange, a pear, an apple, grapes. I love it all, but I just need to fucking cut myself
yeah.
on and
It,
start
it
eating it.
it's all down to habit.
Yeah.
So if you're packing lunch, bringing it to work with you, just throwing an apple or whatever.
I get these. They're like protein yogurts in Aldi. They have them in Dunster. It's a Skylar,
Yeah,
25% protein. It's like a pouch.
yeah.
They're lovely. Peach, raspberry, get them all different kind of flavors. Um, just for something during the day when I'm.
Yeah. So like I said, it's like I said, when I having snacks and stuff like that, I'm always looking for something that's going to give me an extra boost of protein.
Mhm.
Like normally what I make as well is I put a lot of frozen berries into the blender, scoop of protein, and normally I don't like normal milk, I always use almond milk. Put a small drop of that
Okay.
into it, blend it up, and it comes out nearly like an ice cream. So when you put a small bit of liquid in it, it
Yeah,
just blends it all up.
it toughens it up then as
Yeah. So it comes out,
yeah.
yeah, nearly like an ice cream, and I just eat it with a spoon. I find it lovely. But
Would you use coconut oil then for cooking all the time, or just with or virgin extra
I
virgin olive oil?
I cook everything in coconut oil. My missus hates it though. She
I
don't.
use yeah. I've been through that kind of couple of years where I used to cook everything in coconut oil because the person that I was with
Yeah,
cooked everything in coconut oil. I got used to it, but then I don't like it.
yeah. Well, no, like there's nothing wrong with using normal oil. You just gotta remember that like if you're tracking your food, that the oil counts as well.
Hmm.
So you literally have to be.
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
So they're the little things because the oils are high in fats. So they're the little
yeah,
things that can bring your calories way up without even knowing. And get a lot of people say, "Oh, I'll throw a lot of oil on that there and I'll cook it away," but they'll forget to track the oil part of it, and that's what
yeah,
can catch you out then as well.
yeah.
So it's just those little things. Um, cool. So just to I suppose finish off with that then, more of an accountability post, just to pop up. What are some of the things that you feel that you're going to start? What changes you're going to start making for the rest of the week? I know you're saying already you started drinking a little bit more water. So even
Mm.
trying to commit to bringing some fruit to work with you or something like that over the next few days.
Yeah, definitely. What I kind of got into the habit there as well in the last 12 months is a can of Coke Zero
Yeah,
with my like I'd have brown bread or else I'd have a brown wrap.
yeah,
So there could be like chicken, cheese, lettuce, onion, mayo. And I just got into this buzz of Coke Zero just to get it's like a kind of a kick at the back of the throat, just
yeah.
it's good instead of having your water or my waddy or something like that.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't need it.
yeah.
I could definitely cut the Coke Zero out, but is it any harm though?
Well, if it's only going to be one a day and if you're drinking plenty of water as well with it, then there's nothing wrong with having one a day.
Yeah,
It's
and
when you're
that's all I have. I'd have half a can of 10. I'd have half. I'd leave it, and I'd have the other half a can with my lunch at 1 o'clock.
yeah. So just as long as you're not having like drinking 2 liters of Coke a day.
No, Jesus,
Yeah.
no.
Then I
I
don't.
want to keep. I want to keep my teeth.
Yeah. But then I don't think there's anything wrong with just having one a day, and as long as you're drinking loads of
Yeah,
water as well and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, all right, cool. Sure, we'll wrap it up there.
All right, Steve. No worries.